Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I'm going to get into a frequently asked questions video. I haven't looked at the comment section recently. I'm going to grab 3 comments from 3 different videos and I'm going to do my best to answer them. If you have questions and comments that you want to address within Splinterlands or blockchain based video gaming generally, I'd love to see you drop those comments on any of my videos, including this one. I do this regularly and I will try to answer the questions you're curious about. So thank you in advance and let's get into it. While I'm pulling up the questions, I'd just like to say that my name is Dwayne Cunningham and I go by Infidel 1258. You can call me 12. Okay, so I did a video last night around midnight. No, it was a clip from a recent video where myself and Jim, I think, were hanging out, and we answered. Jim asked the question like, how should he get started back in trying to, $150 with Splinterlands? What's the way? And I answered the question. It's a good video, I think. If you're interested in that, if you're getting started, maybe check it out. We talked about the bronze approach. We talked about modern versus wild. I think modern's the play. Focus fire on like a bronze or a silver if you could, and make it happen. That's a good video. But let's see, we got three or four comments in here. Oh, there's a bigger one down here with Joffrey. Joffrey's got lots of comments. Okay, this is fun. Okay, Joffrey is salty, so this will be fun. We'll start with some salt. We haven't done a salt video in a while. Salt mines, maybe. Here we go. There's almost too much to tackle. This almost might need to be its own video. We'll do a salt mine video. We're changing it up because we got 3 or 4 comments from Joffrey, who is full of spice. Let's see what he has to say. He's been sub for a year. Appreciate your sub. So we're talking about, in this one, like I said, we were talking about, $100, $150, what would you do? And I think there's some interesting angles from a bronze league perspective and having fun in modern. The rewards are greater in modern, and let's see what Joffrey says about that. First of all, I recommended Darg Dead Blast. If you don't know who that is, pull it up quick. It's a Rebellion card, and if you're fighting in modern, Rebellion's amazing because you have access to it for a long time. Those cards are going to be in the modern for the longest time that's possible within Splinterlands, which is important because the rewards in modern are so much greater. So I recommended Darg, saying, look, Darg, if you wanted to get 1 BCX of this card, you would have weapon training capacity. It's a 2 damage output, and you could put it side by side with 2 non-attacking monsters, giving you low mana cap, high power damage output. It's a powerful card, and yesterday at least they were selling for 18 bucks. After I post that video, several people must have bought copies because now we're at $24. And so let's see what the comment has to say. Joffrey says, Darg is a good high price, exclamation mark. How many are you selling? People beware of content creators dumping on you. I just want to pause there because I'm not selling any Darg Dead Blasts. I have 11 copies for myself. Second of all, there was literally, I think, 8 copies on the marketplace. So I think if Joffrey really understood the marketplace, or maybe I don't get it, man. You've been sub for a year. I assume you would think higher of me than that. But more than that, just even knowing the marketplace, you can't see who's selling them, but you cannot see who's selling them, but you can see that how many copies are on the market. I can show you that there's 4 on the marketplace right now. If that's the case, of course the price is going to go, it's easily moved. And I think yesterday, if we look at the data on the video, you'll see, I don't know how many copies were marketed, but if there was 3 other copies, the price could have been $3 cheaper, and then it moves that fast because there's no supply. I think most of you guys know this, so I'm not going to put too much weight on this one conversation or this one talking point. I mean, clearly I wasn't selling I wasn't selling in that context. It was just a fun conversation with a friend. Second comment, Joffrey goes, Jim Morgan again, this guy doesn't even play Splinterlands. And it's funny because literally in this 2-hour live where Jim and I talked, he specifically answered that question. People are like, Jim, do you still play the game? Guy's got 200,000 SPS. I don't know how much Joffrey has, but that's more SPS than I have. Jim's card collection is thousands of dollars. He still has his Gold Lux Vega. That's an expensive card. And then he has, I don't know what else he has. I don't even want to justify or defend Jim in and of itself, but I love Jim. He's a friend of mine. He and I have hung out since, it's been years now. And he's a good guy, and he loves Splinterlands, and he's invested in Splinterlands. Plus, hear me. If you guys are at all on the fence about whether it's okay or not okay for people in this space to liquidate assets, you have to wrap your head around the fact that that's a part of why Splinterlands is awesome, why it's exciting, why it's cool, why you should even care about Splinterlands. And I think comments like this imply, one, that people like Jim ever sold everything, which is wrong, but two, that it's not okay if they did. It's so backwards. And I hope I'm speaking to a wider audience with this comment than I am to just Joffrey, but I hope I'm speaking to Joffrey as well. You don't need to look at it like you sold on me, you sold against me, you sold from this game. I love the game, I support the game, I'm with it forever, and you're selling. None of that. Like, that's not why Splinterlands is special. You have to recognize that one of the most beautiful things about why this game's worth your attention is that it rewards you for your time and attention. And those rewards are yours to do with them as you see fit. To rent them out, to use them for your own gain, to sell them permanently, to burn them. And that's why this game's revolutionary, because it has this ownership capacity. So I'm just always astonished when I see this type of attitude. And I mean, I don't get it, Joffrey. I don't get it at all. Now, let's see. Dwayne, you were crying to us to buy SPS 1 year ago, and it went from 10 cents to 2 cents. Thanks, bro. You obviously misled. I've said since SPS was $1 that I think it'll go to a penny. That's from when it was $1. And at 10 cents, did I talk about me wanting more of it? Yeah. At 20 cents, did I say I want more of it? 50 cents, 80 cents? Yes. The whole time down, I was accumulating, I was buying. And even at this moment where we're at 2.3 cents for SPS, I want more. I've only said that I believe in this project. I believe in this token. I think it's interesting and revolutionary. I think it's fun and rewarding. I think SPS has got great tokenomics in how it has to burn for DEC. But I really believe most everybody knows all of this from me already. And for some reason, you don't. And I, for one, have literally always said we'd go from $1 to 1 penny. And I said that because altcoins during the prior bull market and bear market cycle lost 95 to 99% of their value. And so for that basis alone, I was expecting a 1 penny SPS. My vision for what I do on this channel is that I would communicate to you what I'm doing. And I hope that's interesting to you. If it's not, I appreciate your time. And I hope you find something on YouTube that you really love. I sincerely mean that. My plan here is to communicate my joy and the exciting opportunities that I'm enjoying in this space. And I hope you will stick around for that. I really do. And I love the comments, even when they are salty. I guess I'm astonished that if you've been sub for a year and you're just off on all three of these places here. And finally, I see one more comment I'm going to read from Joffrey, because I see there's pushback. So let's see what this is. Joffrey goes, buy Chaos Legion cards for pennies, and 6 months later, they're worthless. Buy Rebellion cards, and there's 10 million more packs available. The team is just trying to get the profit. Game is dead. There's maybe about 500 people playing. Okay, and we got Cedric who replies, let's give him the last word. That's what people were saying in 2018, and it's still alive. Amen. No matter what you think, the fact is that you can ROI in under 2 months. I don't actually know about that, but I do know that there's lots of paths to stretch what you're doing in Splinterlands, and most people are not taking full advantage of it. Whether it's playing your rank reward games, getting into a guild brawl, earning merits through the guild brawl, unlocking gladiators, which allow you to win in the rank reward, playing in tournaments, of course, focusing on modern, because that's where you're getting 5 SPS to 10 SPS per rank battle in gold, which is a crazy return. And so I believe that it's certainly possible to ROI really rapidly. I don't know about 2 months. I haven't done the crunch numbers. Probably even under 1 month if you know what you're doing. When people realize this fact, in the coming bull market, Splinterlands is going to moon, especially with all the ways you can make money, flipping cards, staking SPS, SPS price appreciation. He says the word valuation, SPS delegation. Yep, you can rent out your SPS. Card valuation, meaning prices go up on cards, brawls, rank games, and so on. People are waiting for the bottom and then they will buy in like FOMO. You will see 10x rise in no time for those who see the value. It will be too late for those others like you. Oh, thank you, Cedric. It's so good to hear somebody jump in here and just speak some, I hope, tough love. I hope, and I see Joffrey responded, said he disagrees. But this is the thing. People want to be the one who buys the bottom. And that's what I'm seeing when I read Joffrey's notes. Like, he feels like he got roasted. At some point, he heard something in what I said and went deep on maybe SPS or some of his cards. Never have I once said you should act in X, Y, or Z way, but that's what Joffrey felt he heard. So then he did, and then that didn't work out for him, and now he's upset. But I've always said that this game rewards you for your time and attention, and across a long time horizon, there's opportunity there for outsized returns, and I stand by that today. And I think people who have rushed away or run away or ignored the opportunity in the middle of the bear market, where we saw SPS go from, you know, let's say 20 cents, maybe 25 cents down to 1.3 cents. That was what I would call the bear market window, where the rest of the crypto space was really floundering as well. It might have been a little different, but that's roughly how I remember it. In that window of time where SPS bled out and cards bled out, we're talking like October, and we're talking like, you know, middle of 2023 till now. That was like the worst of the worst, where we lost the most of our value. But there's also been in that time now a resurgence from that bottom up. You know, cards were 25% low, 10 to 25% lower that time till now. SPS was 1.3 cents, now 2.3 cents. Bitcoin, by the way, pumped another 5% today. So I just think there's an animosity that arises in certain people who get caught up in the negative cycle, because bear markets take forever and they grind you and they wear you out. And we are still in a bear market, even though SPS has doubled since its floor almost. And even though card prices have ticked up, and even though Bitcoin's surging, and even though Ethereum's doing great, this is not a bull market until you start seeing SPS, you know, pop into big places. Because I mean, our insulated experience within Splinterlands is such that until we see SPS make it to 5, 10, 20 cents, or cards double or triple in prices, you know, we're going to be in a place where the people here are still languishing from the prior bear market. And people like Joffrey either got off the boat or, you know, have sat on the sidelines because of some of the animosity that he shared today. And others like Cedric or myself, or all of the other people that really do love this game, and there are thousands of us for sure, based on how many different accounts own a plot of land even. It points to an intentional group of people that are doubling down at the time when you ought to double down, when no one is paying attention, when the animosity still exists, when the finger pointing is still present, when the doubt and the discouragement and the, you know, the uncertainty still linger. That's the moment in time where the tokens are going to be least respected and least valued. And that's where people have the outsized opportunity for return. Now, am I telling you that you should ape in today and buy SPS at 2.3 cents? No, I'm just saying I walk in a degree of confidence that I've always walked in. It's been 5+ years now. January was 5 years I've been playing this game, and I've been loving it since day one. I've been investing in it meaningfully since day one. I've been doubling down and letting my returns multiply, storing up those cards, letting the SPS accumulate, doing different trades and flips to sort of grow that and manage what I could and stretch it into a bigger way. I see Cedric's got that same intentionality, and I think people who walk in that have the possibility for outsized returns. Is any of that promised? Of course not. This is a risky proposition. If there were no risk tied to Splinterlands or to this investment, there would be no opportunity. The two words are synonymous. People think risk is bad, opportunity is good. Recognize that they are tied at the hip. There is no opportunity in a thing that everyone already has and everybody knows about. opportunity, true multiplication comes out of possibility from things that are not truly understood. Look at the meta within the Splinterlands game. Which cards blow up and be as they're discovered? Which cards change the meta? The ones that people don't yet understand, someone figures it out, applies it to the game, and then it transforms the rank experience. The same is true with crypto tokens. When a community of people recognize what's right in front of them, and maybe that's SPS, maybe that's the game of Splinterlands, maybe that's a different game that you love that's a blockchain-based NFT game. I think this is a space is big enough to see multiple winners. But I'm saying, I think this opportunity is in front of us, and I absolutely disagree with the Salt, because man, this game's fun and rewarding. It is entertaining, and it has been so for thousands of people, in fact tens of thousands of people during the bull market, that I think will come rushing back. I think people even like Joffrey will come rushing back, and but the problem is they won't have built their bag during the bear market. They'll try to rush in when the candles turn green, and they'll get roasted, because that's what happens. People who let sentiment drive their decisions, who leave during bear markets and return during bull markets, get roasted. And I say this as a cautionary tale to somebody who is bringing that sort of frustration and animosity in this moment. I would encourage you to set that down and just look at what's in front of you. Now, you might disagree that Splinterlands, you might say Splinterlands is dead. Okay, then you should move on. Because if you feel that way, you shouldn't get tied into it. But what I'm saying is, from a place of thoughtful consideration, I disagree. And I'm gonna walk in my confidence, and I encourage you to do the same. Thank you very much for the comment, even though I strongly disagree with both your tone and your message. If you have any other further questions, guys, or anybody has any thoughts on this one, I appreciate it. And special thank you to Cedric, who got in there too, dropping facts. Appreciate you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. God bless.